So on top of having to deal with COVID-19, we've just been hit with a cyclone. Alright BYG, so we are back with another tip. And if you find this video helpful, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to hit the like button. It'll be greatly appreciated. Now, as you saw in the intro, we have just been hit with a tropical cyclone. Before I get into that, I'd like to tell you today's tip is called Eyes and Ears. That's right, it's called Eyes and Ears. So we've been dealing with COVID-19 just like the majority of the rest of the world. And now a cyclone, tropical cyclone Harold, just hit us as well. And I've always wondered why they call these things, or they name these things after people, but that's another story. So I was observing how people responded to the two. First of all, COVID-19. I discussed another video. If you haven't seen that yet, I encourage you to do so. How many people have actually been taking it very lightly. Not everyone, the majority have been taking it seriously, but we have those who've been, and it's a good number of people unfortunately, who've been very relaxed towards all the warnings that we've not only had for days or weeks, but even months now. And that's not just here in Fiji. I mean, international news every day is mainly covering the same topic. Yet, with this cyclone, we only got a couple of days warning. Some people only knew the night before, but I was amazed to see on the day that it was predicted to hit. I mean, the streets were a ghost town. You know, the same people who the day before, you know, were chatting among themselves on the road because they didn't take COVID-19 that seriously, they were nowhere to be found. I mean, literally, I've never seen Fiji in that way before. And I was thinking, why? Why for a greater threat? For those who don't know, COVID-19, yes, indeed, the government have even said it's a much greater threat than the cyclone. Why the difference in behavior? And there comes the answer. Some years ago, Fiji was hit with a cyclone called Winston. And the devastation was so bad that there are even some places that until today have not fully recovered. And because people could see the effects directly, again, nowhere near as threatening as COVID-19 and its spread, but because people could see the effects, people had seen the effects, they've been taking that a lot more seriously than this disease. It's like when you see those videos or you talk to people who've had near-death experiences, and I would say I don't think all of them are real, but at the same time I don't think all of them are false. People who say that they died for some moments, and even doctors confirmed the case as well, and they saw something, they saw hell. Those people, when they wake up, if they were living a sinful life, they don't just go back to that same life. They change, and they don't stop there. They tell their family members, friends, colleagues, they warn everyone, the whole world if they can, to let them know that the danger is real. But I've had this experience a number of times as a pastor, where I talk to people about heaven and hell, and those who are very far on the end of having, you know, little to no faith, they ask me questions like, but have you seen hell? Have you seen heaven? And of course I haven't, neither have they. Most of us will never have that experience. However, it doesn't mean the danger isn't real. I can't see COVID-19, but I'm very aware that the danger is real. And here this tip comes into play: eyes and ears. Many times people don't take the warnings that enter their ears very seriously because they haven't seen it with their eyes. And that's not wise. That's not wise at all. The proof is what we're seeing in countries that didn't take this current pandemic very seriously. The proof is in how many times even you yourself have suffered because you heard a warning from someone who knew things you didn't know, whether it was a parent, a teacher, whoever, and you didn't take it that seriously. And down the line, sometimes not even that far down the line, you saw what they were warning you about becoming real in your life. So this is even for you as we're still in this Antidote series. You who are suffering with inner issues, depression, suicidal thoughts. And you might say, Pastor, but how is this of help to me? Simple. There are things that lead to those types of feelings. No one is born in a family, sometimes a happy family. No one is born and just, I want to kill myself. A baby's first words is not, I want to die. Not at all. Most of us can at least talk about some happy experiences. Though we may have had troubled childhood, troubled upbringings, it's not everything in our life that has been bad, and I've spoken about this before. But you who started having feelings like this, especially in your teens or early 20s and maybe 30s, you most likely did what many people have done in response to the warnings about COVID-19. There were these small signs, things not going right in life, and you ignored them. One bad relationship, and instead of you saying, wait, let me slow things down, you went for another one. And because of all the damage of those several relationships, now you feel so down to the point that you think there's not even worthwhile for you to live. Again, the warning signs were there. And this is not for me to criticize you. I've done this before myself. It's just that now I learned to do things differently. When warnings come, whether it's from government or above all, the Bible, I take it seriously, and that's what I advise you to do. So I want to encourage you from now on to not only consider the warnings that come to your eyes, but take on board the ones that also come to your ears. Eyes and ears. I'm sure if you apply this tip, soon you'll become the youth that you're always meant to be. And we're gonna do something. I wanna invite you all now, because I think it's very needed, especially here in Fiji, for people to hear this message. I'm gonna invite you to, at the end of this video, to share it directly to at least 10 people. Share it on your Facebook, other social media as well, but send it directly, the link directly to at least 10 people. And if we get this video to 1,000 views, which is not that much, 1,000 views, we've got other videos that have reached that, then we are going to release next Friday the first episode of My Hometown Fiji. You who are at the Antidote event, you got to see the world premiere of that episode, and we've had to put on hold the production of the other episodes because of what's happening now. But if you want to see the first episode here on YouTube, then let's get this video to at least 1,000 views by next Friday, and we'll put that up. And that's going to talk in more detail about suicide, awareness of it, and you're going to see someone who overcame their suicidal thoughts and their battle with those thoughts. So until next time, VYG, as I said, apply this tip, and I'll be seeing you. And also, please feel free to send us a message if you have any queries, any doubts, and you're in need of help. Take care. God bless.